a little bit? How would I describe our show? It's not a show, first of all. If you think it's a show, you're going to need to lower your expectations down to the level of it's just a band. It's a band, and I would say that we are like the thinking man's cover band. It's all covers, very eclectic mix of songs from every genre. Throw away your troubles, dream a dream with me of a lazy road. The song choices are actually the most crucial part of the entire thing. So I spend a lot of time listening to music, and I have 30. If I played all of the songs on my iTunes end to end, I would be listening to those songs for 30.6 days. So if that tells you anything, I spend a lot of time trying to find songs that really are right. And the criteria varies, but it always involves great melody, great lyrics, which, I mean, to me seems like sort of an obvious thing, but there's a lot of bad music out there. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of really bad music out floating through the ether, and so I try to avoid that. But a lot of the songs are story songs, or songs that are told from the point of view of a character almost, although I'm not acting them out. I mean, I'm not up here, winking and shucking and jiving. It's just that the stories have a point of view, and they're usually told from the point of view of a certain character, it seems, many of them.
It's been a few years now since Will and Grace ended. Were you happy with the way they wrapped up the series?
Yes. Well, I thought the actual ending of the show, the finale, the series finale of the show was very good. I thought they did a great job with that. But, I mean, personally, I think this show could have gone 2 more seasons. But, it's funny with these things. People get ideas, and they think, we don't have any more stories. They wanted to go out, on top while they still had stories to tell, which I understand, but I still felt like there were a lot of stories that could have been told. But it was fine. When it ended, it did seem right also. At the same time that I'm saying that, it also seemed right that it ended then.
And that final scene with Jack and Karen was really quite moving when you did Unforgettable.
Yes, I loved that. I loved the way they tied that up with Jack and Karen. I thought that was a great... that scene where we sing together, I thought was really lovely. It was hard to get through it. A lot of, we couldn't even rehearse it without, grizzled crew guys were, weeping behind their equipment, so.
And there were rumours that you've been approached about a spin-off series with Sean.
I was approached to do a spin-off, just Karen, but not to do Karen and Jack. I don't think Sean wanted to do anything anyway. They might have approached him, I don't know. But I was going to do a spin-off, and then they spun off a character from Friends, Joey, and that did not go very well. And they decided they wanted me to host a talk show instead, which I did, which also didn't go particularly well. Although it wasn't a bad show. It just wasn't the right timing and different thing. That's a whole other interview. Let's go out and kick it with the boys and the girls. Karen the Musical is it needs to get written, so it's a couple years out. But what we'd like to do is we'd like to do it in Los Angeles first, because that's where I live, and then we'd like to take it all around the world to different places where people like that character. And I just think it's a funny idea to just keep doing your sitcom character. I think it's funny. Nobody's ever done it. I think it's hilarious. It's kind of like the thing you're not supposed to do, so of course it makes me want to do it. And also, I think that, Karen singing in a musical just has the potential to be ridiculous and, the stupidest thing that ever happened, so that also makes me want to do it.
Is it true you're bringing back Beverly Leslie?
Yes, Karen and Beverly Leslie.
Didn't he get blown off a balcony?
He's fine.
You had a guest spot on Parks and Recreation. Have you got any more plans for network TV shows?
Yeah, that's my husband in real life. Yeah, the guy who plays Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation is my husband for 10 years. And yeah, they're planning to bring me back. They have 2 different ideas that I've heard so far that are both hilarious. That particular episode I thought was really, really well written. That script was fantastic. And I love doing that show, and I think the show is great. And I'm really happy for Nick and for everybody associated with that show. I just think it's fantastic. It's like the critical darling right now of half-hour television shows in the States.
What would Karen think of my chest hair?
Karen would love to scramble around in your chest hair. Yeah, she would. She would love to just get in there and just scramble around and just, I don't know, maybe shave her initials into it.